everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki LaRose. If you're new here, I'm a celebrity makeup artist based in Los Angeles. And for today's video, let's just sit down and do a pretty summer glam. Okay, so my skin is mainly prepped. I have my serums and my SPF on, and I'm just gonna finish it up with a little bit of the Milk Makeup Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer. This is really good if it's scorching hot outside, or if you're just sitting in a scorching hot studio with no AC. So I'm just applying this all over, mainly in my T-zone. I'm not usually the biggest fan of primer, and I've talked about this 1,000 times, but sometimes when it's really hot outside and you don't have AC where you're shooting, primer can be your best friend. So that's why I'm using just a little bit of this stuff just in my T-zone, just to kind of mattify and calm down the shine. It also helps too, like if you have oilier skin and then you wear sunscreen and you do like skincare underneath, you just want to have like a little bit of mattifying. For foundation, I just picked this back up. I didn't use it for months and months. It's the Urbandecay Maniac Stay Naked Maniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. It's a long name. It's basically like a medium coverage foundation, but it's super hydrating like it says. And I'm gonna use a Sephora 56 brush for this and just work it all over. My brows are already on, and I also, just to be totally transparent, have a little half lash on that I applied as I just filmed another video for YouTube right before this one, so I just left them on because they're pretty. And this foundation is super glowy, like incredibly glowy. It's like it feels like a tinted moisturizer, and it looks like a tinted moisturizer with more coverage. So if you want something that's like really hydrating but gives you coverage still, this is great for that. Oh, and also the color that I'm using is 41 light medium. I'm just gonna go over my eyelids just with a little bit of that foundation just to even me out. And then bring a little bit down my neck. Now moving on to concealer. I've been loving this concealer. I use this all the time. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably be tired of me talking about this concealer. I love it so much. It's the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer, and I use the color Vanilla Swirl. But the reason why I like this concealer is it feels super lightweight on your skin. Like, it doesn't feel like a thick, heavy concealer, but it covers like a thick, heavy concealer. So you kind of get like the best of both worlds with that. And also, once it dries down and once it's set, I've noticed that like this one does not crease on me, even under my eyes where like I have like, you know, more expressions and I blink and I talk and all those things. And typically you can only prevent creasing under your eyes so much. And with this one, I feel like it never creases under my eye, which is unheard of. So I'm gonna highlight the bridge of my nose, just right between my brows. And then on the top of my chin. And then just a little bit around my nose, just to bring out that area. And then with a Zoeva 146 Concealer Perfector brush, I'm gonna start to tap that concealer in. I'm not gonna blend it out totally. I'm gonna let it dry down almost completely. And then I'll go in one more time. I'll blend out the edges, blend out any creases in case any creasing happened, and then I'll set it. But I'm gonna let it kind of self-set and dry down first. So this is like my rough blend, basically. It's not like my final blend where we're done. I'm gonna let it do its thing and then move on to contour. And for that, I'll be using the Elaluz Super Yummy Natural Stick Bronzer with Camu Camu. I don't know what that means, but I'll have to look it up. Anyway, it's just like a cream bronzer. And actually I wanna do like a pretty big brush for this. This is a BK Beauty 106 brush. And I'm just gonna dip right into it and like really coat my brush and then tap it on the top of my forehead. to give me like a slight contour and a bronze at the same time. And with this product in particular, I noticed the best application for it is to tap it on and not blend it too much, because the more you blend this one in particular, it just starts to disappear, honestly. So I just like to tap it in and really like press it into my skin. Just give me that nice sun-kissed, I just got back from a vacation kind of look. And go back over my forehead one more time with my foundation brush. Oh my god, you gotta love like the baby hairs that just keep coming back down. Take some more. And just bronze and contour at the same time. The top of my cheeks. And a little bit on the side of my nose. Just a little bit. I'm not trying to like actually contour my nose. I'm just trying to bring balance and bring cohesiveness to the center of my face by bringing that bronzer to my nose. It's totally okay if you're using a big brush, if you're just using it for that reason. I'm not trying to be like super precise and like chisel my features with this. And then switching to a smaller brush, this one's the Zoeva 230 pencil brush. I love to use my bronzer and line the perimeter of my lip. It's like my pre-lip liner. So that's done. Now I'm gonna apply a little bit of like a liquid highlighter. This one you could either use before your foundation as like a pre-highlight step, or you can use it on top of your foundation, like on top of your cheekbones. It's from the brand Girlactic. It's their Glow Prep in the shade That Glow. So this one's mine. So I'm just going to dot it on the top of my cheekbones. The very top, I love to highlight the very top of the bridge of my nose, and then the tip of my nose. And then I'll add like a little bit to the top of my chin, just for some glow. And then switching to a sponge, I'm just gonna tap that in. It just gives you such a pretty glow, and it's really easy to work with. It's easy to mix even too, like in your foundation. If you have like more of a matte foundation, if you mix a little bit of this into your matte foundation, it'll give you a really pretty glowy effect. Okay, so glow is on. And now I'm gonna put some blush on. I have been loving these multi-stick blushes. They're like a cream blush from Persona. And the brand sent me all three colors that they have, and I've been obsessed with like the hot pink one that they sent me. They have like a neutral brown one, or like an earth tone that's called Teddy. That's so pretty too. And then this one is so unexpected. It's a red blush. It's in the color Kiss. And red blushes I always have in my kit for like deeper skin tones. They look gorgeous on deeper skin tones. But I've never really tried them on myself and my skin tone because I thought they'd be just too bright or too dark. But it is so pretty on. If you just use a small amount, it's stunning. So I'm gonna use my Morphe E48 brush and tap into the top of it. And then what I love to do is work it into my brush using the top of my hand, and then apply it to my cheeks. It's just so unexpected. Like, you wouldn't think this shade would work for me and my skin tone, but it goes on so beautiful. It's such an, like I said, it's an unexpected, like really fun, like flirty color. And you need like the tiniest amount. But shades like this, especially in the summertime, I think are just so fun and so pretty. And I'm gonna work it on the top of my bridge of my nose for like that kind of sunburnt look. Like I just hit the beach and I was irresponsible and I got a sunburn across my face, and you know, we've all been there and done that. And it's not like the best thing to do. Obviously you shouldn't do that, but the look it gives you is so pretty. Like there's something about like that sunburnt look across your face, like across the top of your cheeks, across your nose, that's just so pretty. And I'm gonna go back over the outer edges with whatever's left over on my foundation brush, just to really melt it into the rest of my makeup. So that way there's no like strong lines where it starts and stops. It just melts into the rest of my makeup. Makes it look more seamless. I'm gonna add more to my nose because I think it's just so pretty. Okay, so now I'm gonna powder my T-zone. And for that, I'm gonna use one of my favorites, the Onesize Beauty translucent powder. And then using a small powder puff. These are from Amazon. I buy them in bulk, and I'll make sure I link these too. But I did just film a video talking about these and why I love them so much. So make sure you check that out as well. So looking up, I'm gonna place this along the side of my nose. Of course, under my eye. A little bit on the center of my forehead. Because I want that glow. I want that glow on like, you know, the top of my forehead, but I don't want it like all over my forehead. I definitely don't want it like between my brows. That's where you don't want to have too much shine, because then it just looks like you're kind of oily. Okay, so powder is done. Okay, so I am gonna powder my eyelids before I go on with my eyeshadow. I don't really want to use an eyeshadow base or like a primer for this look, so I'm just gonna powder my eyelids just to take away that shine. And now I'm gonna go in with a liquid eyeshadow. This one's from honestbeauty. It's the Payday Eye Catcher Lid Tint. These are really, really lightweight, like super natural. Like they're not like a super impactful like liquid eyeshadow. They just give you like a really pretty natural like wash of color basically. So I'm just gonna apply this all over my eyelid. And I'm gonna let it dry down before I blend it, because if you blend it too soon, you kind of just blend it off. So I'm gonna let it dry down and just do its thing. But the color is so pretty. I love this color. It's like a champagne, like a golden champagne. Just applying a little more for more impact. And then using a 227 Luxe Soft Definer from Zoeva, I'm gonna start to blend it just a little bit. Just the edges. And then to add some more depth to my crease, I'll be using the Tom Ford Eye Color Quad Cream in 37 Smoky Quartz, and just focusing mainly on this color right here. And using a Pro Crease number 19 brush from Sephora. Just to start adding some depth. And to tightline, I'm gonna use the Make Beauty Continuum Waterproof Gel Eyeliner. This is in the shade Nebula, and it's just a dark, really rich brown. So I'm gonna use this to tightline the top lash line. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of like a smoky bottom lash line. So going back to that pencil brush from Zoeva, the 230 Luxe Pencil, I'm gonna dip into that same shade that I used on my crease and just start to work it on the bottom lash line. Okay, and I want to add just one more swipe of the Honest Beauty liquid eyeshadow. Just more in the inner tear duct of my eye. The good thing is you can layer this product and like build up the impact. So depending like what kind of look you're going for, if you want it to be like more impactful and just have more sparkle to it, you just layer it. And I'm gonna go over my blush one more time, just add a teeny bit more. Just because I kind of want the blush to be almost the star of the show for this look. And I'm gonna sweep just a little bit across my forehead just to add to that super sun-kissed, I went to the beach without sunscreen and I got a mild sunburn kind of look. And now I'm gonna add a little more depth to my crease using this more cool tone, like taupey shade from the Tom Ford palette. Same Sephora 19 brush. I'm just gonna tuck it right in my crease. This shade in particular, since it is more of like a cool tone, it's good for like creating like more depth and like shading your eye. And now I know I have lashes on, I have mascara on from a previous video, but I'm gonna add some mascara to my bottom lash line. I'll be using the Buxom Cosmetics Lash Mascara in Blackest Black. Next, let's line my lips. I'm gonna use Oak from MAC. But before I do, I am gonna powder down my lips. This will also help to kind of set that little bit of cream contour that I applied earlier. Now I'm gonna go in and line my lips. So I like to fill in between my Cupid's bow, like right here. I like to fill that in completely. And what that does too is it just kind of gives me the illusion of having a more rounded top lip, like a fuller top lip. And also just on me, I don't like to define my Cupid's bow. I don't like the look on myself. So I'm all about like rounding my top lip and not defining each Cupid's bow, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to see a pointed edge. I want to see it be nice and rounded. I'm going to lightly shade inside my lip. And then to finish my lip, I'm gonna go back to that blush, take some on the top of my hand, and start to dab it on the center. This color is really just, it's so versatile. You can play with it in so many different ways. And you guys, please excuse my nails. They're going through a really tough time right now. One of them completely broke off while opening a box, and then I felt like I had to cut all the rest of them off because they were just kind of hurting me, to be honest. Like my fingers felt very sore. My nails just started to feel like achy, like they were starting to hurt me. So I kind of panicked and I cut them all off and I filed them down. And then to film these tutorials today, I just put like a quick coat of nail polish on my nails. So please don't judge my nails. They're not looking their best right now, needless to say. But I do feel like super liberated just cutting them off and having short nails. It's like, I don't know. It's crazy. I feel like I don't have fingers, actually. Okay, so lip is done. Super natural. I'm just going to go over my brows one more time using my Benefit Precisely My Brow in 4.5 and just touch them up. And then to set my skin, I'm gonna use the Urban Decay, the classic all-nighter. This is so handy when it's hot outside. It's such a good makeup sealer. So, and last but not least, one of my biggest pet peeves is having too much makeup on my mole. So I'm just gonna take a makeup wipe and wipe that off, and that's it. Okay, so that wraps up this look. This is my relatively quick summer glam. I love doing videos like this. I think they're so much fun just to sit down and do makeup and not overthink it. And this is what I do on a regular basis. And it's pretty much what I share on Instagram all the time as well too. So if you want more quick makeup videos like that, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm at Makeup by Nikki LaRose. But anyway, it's just fun to sit down and create and play with makeup and kind of zone out and tune out for a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know in the comments if you did, or if you recreate this look or have any questions about this look. Make sure you leave me a comment. If you do like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss my future videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.